Top 15 Celebrity Couples with a Big Age Difference, Part 2. Forget everything you thought you knew about the rules of romance. In the high-stakes world of Tinseltown, 2026 has proven that age is no longer a barrier. It's a power move. From secret separations that broke the internet to legendary stars trading the red carpet for rural farmhouses, these power players are rewriting the Hollywood playbook with age gaps that will leave you breathless. Is it true soulmate energy or just a calculated headline? You're about to find out. Welcome back to Celebrity Couples Hollywood. Before we dive into the shocking details of these 15 iconic pairs, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. You won't want to miss a single update on the couples who are defying the clock. Florence Pugh and Zach Braff. Florence Pugh and Zach Braff never set out to become icons of age gap discourse. Yet their relationship became a flashpoint for modern celebrity culture. Their story ignited in 2019 when the British starlet, then a rising powerhouse at 23, collaborated with the Scrubs veteran, 44, on his short film, In the Time It Takes to Get There. What began as professional chemistry quickly blossomed into a profound personal bond. Despite their 21-year seniority difference, the duo shared an undeniable intellectual synchronicity and a passion for independent cinema. Living together during the global pandemic, they cultivated a domestic world that was refreshingly grounded. While Pugh's career skyrocketed with hits like Black Widow, Braff remained her steady anchor. However, the public's obsession with their age difference often led to online vitriol. Pugh, refusing to be a silent victim of tabloid judgment, famously took to social media to assert her autonomy. She reminded the world that her romantic choices were hers alone, delivering a masterclass in boundary setting that resonated with millions. Their romantic journey eventually shifted into a deep platonic friendship in 2022. Rather than a messy fallout, their transition was marked by continued artistic respect. Braff even penned the leading role in his 2023 drama, A Good Person, specifically for Pugh, showcasing that their connection was built on a foundation of talent and mutual admiration that outlasted their dating status. Their legacy isn't defined by the years between them, but by the maturity with which they handled both love and its evolution under the harsh Hollywood spotlight. Warren Beatty and Annette Bening. For decades, Warren Beatty was the ultimate enigma of the silver screen, a man whose legendary charm was matched only by his reputation as an elusive, uncatchable playboy. That all shifted in 1991 during the casting of the crime drama Bugsy. When Beatty sat down for a business lunch with Annette Bening, he wasn't just looking for his Virginia Hill, he was unknowingly meeting the woman who would rewrite his entire life script. Beatty, then 54, later confessed that it took less than 10 minutes of conversation with the 33-year-old Bening to realize his days as a bachelor were numbered. Despite a 21-year age gap that set the tabloids ablaze, the connection was so instantaneous that Beatty famously told the film's director, "I'm going to marry her." True to his word, the couple wed in 1992, embarking on a partnership that has now spanned over 3 decades, an eternity by Hollywood standards. Their union wasn't just a marriage, it was a total transformation. Beatty, once the center of every high-profile scandal, stepped back from the relentless spotlight to prioritize his role as a father to their 4 children, Stephen, Benjamin, Isabel, and Ella. Bening, meanwhile, continued to dominate the industry with powerhouse performances in films like American Beauty and The Kids Are All Right, always crediting their stable home life as her grounding force. Today, the Beatty-Bening marriage stands as a beacon of permanence in an industry defined by the temporary. They rarely indulge the paparazzi, choosing instead to protect their family's privacy with fierce devotion. Whether supporting their children's creative and activist pursuits or appearing together on rare red carpets, They exude a mutual respect that has outlasted every skeptical prediction. Their story proves that when the right person arrives, the when of their birth matters far less than the why of their bond. Jason Statham and Rosie Huntington-Whiteley. In a town where relationships often burn out as fast as a summer blockbuster, Jason Statham and Rosie Huntington-Whiteley have constructed a partnership that feels as indestructible as one of Statham's on-screen personas. Their story ignited in 2010, reportedly sparked by instant chemistry at a party in London. At the time, Statham was 42, a global action icon known for his rugged intensity in The Transporter, while Rosie was 22, a world-class Victoria's Secret angel making her first foray into acting. Despite a 20-year age gap that initially fueled tabloid speculation, the couple quickly silenced the doubters by prioritizing substance over spectacle. The duo has spent over a decade perfecting the art of the low-profile power couple. They moved from the glitz of Beverly Hills back to their native England in 2020, seeking a proper British upbringing for their children. Now residing in London, they are hands-on parents to their son, Jack Oscar, and daughter, Isabella James. While they have been engaged since 2016, they remain refreshingly unhurried about walking down the aisle. Rosie has often noted that a marriage certificate isn't the priority. Rather, it's the laughter, mutual support, and the grit they want to instill in their family that defines their bond. Statham, often seen as a steely, tough guy, is by all accounts a devoted father who willingly takes on the 5 a.m. daddy duty, allowing their partnership to thrive in a balance of shared responsibilities. What makes them stand out is their unwavering authenticity. In an era of oversharing, they guard their children's privacy with fierce dedication, rarely posting their faces or bringing them to red carpets. Their relationship is a masterclass in longevity, proving that a 20-year difference is merely a footnote when two people share the same values, heritage, and a wicked sense of humor. They aren't just a glamorous pair, they are a unified front, proving that the strongest foundations are built far away from the prying eyes of the camera. Mel Gibson and Rosalind Ross. The relationship between Mel Gibson and Rosalind Ross has long been one of the most scrutinized in Hollywood, primarily due to their staggering 35-year age difference. Their paths first crossed in 2014, when Ross, an accomplished equestrian champion turned screenwriter, was hired to co-write a project for Gibson's production company. Despite the decades between them, he was 58 and she was 24, they found an immediate, grounding connection rooted in their shared love for storytelling and faith. For Gibson, who had weathered a tumultuous decade of legal battles and public fallout, Ross became a stabilizing force, often credited with helping him navigate his steady return to the director's chair. Their partnership was far more than a red carpet spectacle. It was defined by a quiet domestic stability that defied their critics. In 2017, they welcomed their son, Lars Gerard, marking Gibson's 9th child and Ross's first. Throughout their time together, they largely avoided the Hollywood party circuit, preferring the privacy of their home. However, life brought its own trials. In early 2025, the family faced a devastating blow when their Malibu home was destroyed in the Los Angeles wildfires. Though Gibson was away for work, Ross and Lars were safely evacuated, a moment Gibson later described with immense gratitude, stating that the safety of his loved ones was all that truly mattered. As of late 2025 and into 2026, the narrative of their relationship has shifted into a new chapter of mutual respect. In December 2025, the pair officially confirmed they had quietly separated roughly a year prior, ending nearly a decade of romantic partnership. Despite the split, their commitment to their now 8-year-old son remains unwavering. They have emerged as a model for healthy co-parenting, frequently appearing together at family milestones and emphasizing that while their romantic journey has concluded, their bond as parents is eternal. Their story serves as a testament to the idea that some connections aren't meant to last forever, but the impact they leave and the family they build remains a permanent legacy. Jeff Goldblum and Emily Livingston. In the vast landscape of Hollywood romances, few pairings radiate a more infectious, eccentric energy than Jeff Goldblum and Emily Livingston. Their story began in 2011 with what Goldblum described as a mongoose-like maneuver at a Los Angeles gym. Entranced by Livingston's fantastical workout routine, the Jurassic Park star, then 59, marched across the crowded floor to introduce himself. Livingston, a Canadian Olympic rhythmic gymnast and high-flying aerialist 30 years his junior, was initially unaware of his global stardom. Their connection was immediate. By that very evening, Goldblum was in the audience of her aerial show, and within days, she was performing contortions atop his piano during a jazz gig. Their 30-year age gap, rather than being a hurdle, seemed to amplify their shared zest for life. The couple wed in 2014 at the legendary Chateau Marmont, embarking on a domestic journey that Goldblum has called revivifying. Transitioning into fatherhood for the first time in his 60s, the actor welcomed sons Charlie Ocean, 2015, and River Joe, 2017, with open arms. As of early 2026, the couple continues to be a vibrant fixture on the international stage. Throughout 2025, they were inseparable, from playful displays of affection on the BAFTA red carpet to a high-fashion appearance at the 97th Academy Awards, where Goldblum's signature avant-garde style perfectly complemented Livingston's gold-embellished elegance. What truly anchors them is a commitment to play. Whether they are supporting Italian soccer in Como with their boys or exploring European art galleries, their bond is built on mutual admiration and creative curiosity. Livingston often speaks of the spectacular selflessness she feels in their family life, while Goldblum credits his wife as his ultimate muse. Their relationship defies the cynical tropes of age gap relationships, proving that when an inquisitive spirit meets an Olympic-level discipline, the result is a partnership that remains forever young at heart. Richard Gere and Alejandra Silva. The union between Richard Gere and Alejandra Silva is a testament to the idea that love is less about the date on a birth certificate and more about a shared karmic energy. When the Pretty Woman legend met the Spanish philanthropist in 2014, their 33-year age gap was immediately overshadowed by their mutual devotion to humanitarian causes and Buddhist philosophy. Silva, the daughter of a former Real Madrid vice president, was already a powerhouse in her own right, running a non-profit dedicated to eradicating homelessness in Spain. Gere, a lifelong advocate for Tibetan rights, found in her a partner whose soul mirrored his own. After a secret ceremony in 2018, the couple welcomed two sons, Alexander, 2019, and James, 2020, blending their families into a harmonious private world. As of early 2026, the couple's life has become a fascinating cross-cultural journey. Throughout 2024 and 2025, they embarked on a major life change, relocating to Madrid so Alejandra could be closer to her roots and family. Gere, now 76, embraced this Spanish chapter with his characteristic serenity, even receiving the International Goya Award in early 2025. However, by the end of 2025, the family made a tactical return to the United States. While they keep their luxurious villa in Spain, they decided to establish their primary base back in New York and Connecticut, largely for the children's schooling and to be closer to Richard's eldest son, Homer. What defines them in 2026 is their unified mission to do good. They recently premiered their short documentary, Lo que nadie quiere ver, What Nobody Wants to See, which sheds light on homelessness in Spain, a cause they championed together during their time in Madrid. Whether they are seen ice skating in Connecticut or attending fashion shows in Milan, they exude a rare, grounded affection. Gere often jokes that his daily secret to happiness is simply kissing his wife when she lets him, proving that even with 33 years between them, their relationship is fueled by a playful, enduring, and deeply spiritual flame. Bruce Willis and Emma Hemming. The bond between Bruce Willis and Emma Hemming is a narrative of profound resilience that transcends the typical Hollywood romance. Their story began in 2007 at their mutual trainer's gym, where the die-hard icon, then 52, found himself instantly captivated by the British-American model and actress, 35, 23 years his junior. While their 23-year age gap initially drew headlines, their 2009 wedding in Turks and Caicos signaled the start of a deeply private, nature-focused life. Together, they welcomed daughters Mabel Ray, 2012, and Evelyn Penn, 2014, building a blended bonus family with Willis's ex-wife, Demi Moore, and their 3 adult daughters. This unified front became the couple's greatest strength when life took a devastating turn. In 2022, the world stood still as the family announced Bruce's retirement following an aphasia diagnosis, which later progressed to frontotemporal dementia, FTD. Since then, the age gap has vanished behind the mantle of caregiving and advocacy. Emma has emerged as a powerhouse of strength, using her platform to shed light on the brutal realities of neurodegenerative diseases. As of early 2026, she continues to lead with grace and grit, often sharing the bittersweet nature of their journey. In late 2025, Emma launched a dedicated brand of brain health supplements and a guidebook for caregivers, turning her personal grief into a mission to help others navigating similar shadows. Today, their relationship is defined by quiet moments of connection, holding hands during walks or listening to music in their sun-drenched garden. Emma frequently emphasizes that Bruce remains the light of her life, even as the disease alters their communication. Their daughters, now entering their teens, are being raised with an honest understanding of their father's condition, fostered by Emma's commitment to transparency. In 2026, the Willis-Hemming union stands as one of the most poignant examples of in sickness and in health. It is a love story no longer measured by years lived, but by the courage required to protect a legacy of dignity for a man who once saved the world on screen and is now being saved by the love of his family. David Cross and Amber Tamblyn. The relationship between David Cross and Amber Tamblyn is a refreshing departure from the typical May-December narrative, built instead on a shared foundation of subversive humor and intellectual curiosity. Their story began in 2007 on a connecting flight from Houston to Louisiana. Tamblyn, the Joan of Arcadia star and poet, recognized Cross, the legendary Arrested Development comedian, and sparked a conversation by making fun of the Sky Mall catalog. At the time, Cross was 43 and Tamblyn was 24, a 19-year age difference that initially gave Cross pause. He later admitted he was hesitant to pursue a fan, but their chemistry was so undeniable that they spent the entire flight laughing. By the time they married in 2012, the age gap had become a footnote to their status as one of Hollywood's most intellectually dynamic power couples. Their wedding was a testament to their irreverent style, featuring indie rock covers and a guest list of writers and activists. In early 2017, they welcomed their daughter, Marlo Alice, whose birth was famously celebrated with a personal note from former presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. As of early 2026, the couple remains a unified front in Brooklyn, navigating the complexities of parenthood and public life with a commitment to growth and accountability. What defines them in 2026 is their shared role as activists. While Tamblyn has emerged as a powerful feminist voice and co-founder of Time's Up, Cross has continued to use his biting satire to address political injustices. They haven't shied away from the difficult conversations that modern marriage requires, with Tamblyn speaking openly about how their partnership has evolved through introspection and change. Whether they are walking a red carpet or attending a social justice protest, they prove that a nearly two-decade age difference is irrelevant when two people are deeply committed to the same creative and moral compass. George Clooney and Amal Clooney. The union of George Clooney and Amal Alamuddin in 2014 was the lightning bolt moment that many thought would never happen. For over 2 decades, George was the definitive perpetual bachelor, a man who seemed content with his sprawling Lake Como villa and his status as a cinematic icon. That changed in 2013 when a mutual friend brought a brilliant British-Lebanese human rights barrister to dinner at his home. Clooney, then 52, was instantly leveled by the 35-year-old's intellect, poise, and world-saving mission. Despite their 17-year age difference, it wasn't a case of an older man finding a young starlet. It was a global legend finding his formidable equal. By the time they wed in a breathtaking Venice ceremony a year later, the world recognized that Amal hadn't just captured George's heart, she had expanded his horizon. The arrival of twins Ella and Alexander in 2017 completed a transformation that George himself has called unfulfilling in retrospect. As of early 2026, the Clooneys have masterfully balanced the glitz of the Academy Awards with the gravity of international law. In 2025, they were particularly active through the Clooney Foundation for Justice, launching a massive initiative to support journalists in conflict zones, a project where Amal's legal expertise and George's global platform merged seamlessly. Their lifestyle remains a glamorous yet purposeful orbit between New York, London, and Italy, always prioritizing the safety and privacy of their children. What makes the Clooneys the gold standard of modern celebrity couples in 2026 is their mutual adoration. George rarely misses an opportunity to joke that he is merely his wife's +1 at prestigious legal forums, while Amal credits George's unwavering support as the wind beneath her humanitarian wings. Their relationship proves that age gaps are irrelevant when two people are driven by the same moral compass. They aren't just a Hollywood couple, they are a unified global force, proving that the most sustainable romances are built on shared values, profound respect, and the courage to change the world together. Olivier Sarkozy and Mary-Kate Olsen. The marriage between Mary-Kate Olsen and Olivier Sarkozy remains one of the most enigmatic chapters in recent celebrity history. When they began dating in 2012, the pairing felt like a collision of two vastly different universes. Olsen, the former child star turned high-fashion mogul at the helm of the Row, was 25. Sarkozy, a high-powered French banker and half-brother to the former president of France, was 42. Their 17-year age gap was immediately dissected by the press, yet the couple leaned into a life of extreme discretion. They shared a penchant for private New York townhomes and a lifestyle far removed from the typical Hollywood circuit, eventually marrying in 2015 in an intimate Manhattan ceremony famous for its bowls of cigarettes on every table, a detail that perfectly captured their eccentric old-world vibe. For years, the couple seemed to thrive in their shared preference for privacy and structure. However, the pressures of the global pandemic in 2020 acted as a catalyst for irreconcilable differences. Olsen famously filed for an emergency divorce petition, a move that exposed cracks in their foundation that many had suspected. Reports suggested a fundamental clash in lifestyle priorities. Olsen was an ambitious workaholic dedicated to her fashion empire, while Sarkozy reportedly desired a more traditional, home-oriented domestic life. By the time their divorce was finalized in early 2021, the two had retreated into their respective worlds. He back to the high-stakes world of global finance, and she deeper into the sanctuary of her critically acclaimed design work. As of early 2026, The aftermath of their union serves as a case study in the complexities of power pairing. While the age gap was a talking point, it was the divergence in their personal ambitions that ultimately led to their split. Today, Mary-Kate Olsen has reclaimed her status as a singular force in the luxury market, remaining intensely private about her personal life. Sarkozy, likewise, has maintained a low profile in Europe. Their story is a reminder that even when two influential worlds align, the most enduring connections require more than shared status. They require a shared vision for the future that transcends both age and ambition. Heidi Klum and Tom Kaulitz. When Heidi Klum and Tom Kaulitz first went public in early 2018, the headlines focused almost exclusively on the numbers. The German supermodel and television mogul was 44, while the guitarist for the iconic rock band Tokyo Hotel was 28. Despite the 16-year age difference, those close to the couple noted an immediate soul-level recognition. Having both spent their formative years in the intense glare of the German spotlight, they shared a cultural shorthand and a rebellious streak that made the age gap feel like a superficial detail. Kaulitz, despite being younger, had lived a rock star lifetime by his 20s, giving him a maturity that perfectly complemented Klum's vibrant, ageless energy. Their 2019 wedding, a dual celebration involving a secret legal ceremony in California and a breathtaking yacht party in Capri, solidified their status as one of Hollywood's most joyful pairs. As of early 2026, the couple remains a masterclass in modern blended family harmony. Throughout 2024 and 2025, Kaulitz has been a constant supportive presence in the lives of Klum's 4 children, often seen cheering on Lenny Klum as her own modeling career flourishes. In late 2025, the couple celebrated their 6th wedding anniversary with a high-profile European tour, blending Tom's music festival appearances with Heidi's commitments for Germany's next top model. In 2026, the Klum-Kaulitz partnership is defined by its unbothered nature. Klum has famously shut down age-related criticism by stating that she doesn't really think about it, focusing instead on the laughter and creative spark they share. Whether they are coordinating their legendary elaborate Halloween costumes or sharing intimate glimpses of their life on social media, they exude a genuine, playful passion. They have proven that when two people match each other's frequency, the biological clock becomes irrelevant, replaced instead by a shared rhythm of love, art, and unapologetic fun. Hilarie Burton and Jeffrey Dean Morgan. The love story of Hilarie Burton and Jeffrey Dean Morgan reads like a heartfelt indie script that prioritizes substance over the superficial gloss of Hollywood. Their journey began in 2009 with a serendipitous blind date orchestrated by fellow actors Jensen and Danneel Ackles. Despite a 16-year age gap, Burton was 27 and Morgan was 43, the connection was instantaneous and earthy. Both had experienced the relentless pressures of television stardom, with Burton in One Tree Hill and Morgan in Supernatural and Grey's Anatomy, and they found in each other a shared desire for a life rooted in reality rather than red carpets. By 2010, they had welcomed their son, Augustus, and later their daughter, George Virginia, in 2018. However, they famously kept the public guessing about their marital status for a decade, leading many to believe they had wed years before their actual, intimate 2019 ceremony. As of early 2026, the couple has fully embraced their roles as the unofficial royalty of the Hudson Valley. They reside on Mischief Farm, a working farm in upstate New York where they raise cattle, alpacas, and chickens. Throughout 2025, they were deeply involved in their community, co-owning Samuel's Sweet Shop and using their platform to support local businesses and social justice causes. In 2026, the Burton-Morgan union is defined by mutual empowerment. Burton has evolved into a best-selling author and fierce advocate for workplace safety in the industry, while Morgan continues to deliver powerhouse performances, most recently in the expansion of the Walking Dead universe. Their age difference is never a point of contention. Instead, they describe their partnership as a safe harbor where they can be their truest selves. Whether they are sharing a whiskey on their porch or supporting one another's creative projects, they prove that a 16-year gap is irrelevant when you are building a life based on shared labor, deep laughter, and a fierce devotion to family. Elton John and David Furnish. The partnership between Sir Elton John and David Furnish is not merely a celebrity romance. It is a historic pillar of LGBTQ+ visibility. Their journey began in 1993 at a dinner party hosted by Elton in London, where Furnish, a poised Canadian advertising executive 15 years his junior, initially felt intimidated by the pop icon's fame. However, their 15-year age gap was quickly bridged by an intellectual spark and an immediate sense of comfort. Elton, who had struggled with addiction and the turbulent highs of global stardom, credits Furnish with providing the stability and emotional anchor that saved his life. By 2005, they were among the first high-profile couples to enter a civil partnership in the UK, eventually officially marrying in 2014 when the law changed to recognize their union fully. As of early 2026, the couple has successfully transitioned into a new chapter following Elton's historic retirement from touring. Throughout 2025, they focused heavily on their two sons, Zachary, born 2010, and Elijah, born 2013, prioritizing a normal family life away from the stage lights. Their professional synergy also reached new heights with the expansion of Rocket Entertainment, where Furnish serves as CEO, and the continued global impact of the Elton John AIDS Foundation. In late 2025, they celebrated a milestone achievement, announcing that their foundation had reached a record-breaking $600 million raised to combat HIV/AIDS worldwide, a testament to their shared mission of service. In 2026, the John Furnish Union stands as a gold standard for enduring love in the spotlight. While Elton remains the charismatic legend, Furnish is the strategic force and devoted partner who ensures their legacy is built on more than just music. They have proven that a 15-year age difference is irrelevant when two people share a common language of compassion, ambition, and fatherhood. Today, they are often seen supporting their sons' athletic pursuits or attending philanthropic galas, exuding a mutual respect that has only deepened over 3 decades. Their story is a powerful reminder that the most beautiful harmonies are those played in perfect synchronization over a lifetime. Harrison Ford and Calista Flockhart. The romance between Harrison Ford and Calista Flockhart remains one of Hollywood's most enduring success stories, proving that a 22-year age gap is no match for shared values and a dry sense of humor. Their journey ignited in 2002 at the Golden Globe Awards, where a legendary spilled drink, a myth they've since playfully clarified, led to a conversation that never ended. Ford, then 60 and a cinematic titan of Star Wars and Indiana Jones fame, found himself captivated by the 38-year-old Ally McBeal star's intelligence and grounded nature. Unlike the typical Hollywood whirlwind, their courtship was a slow, intentional build centered on privacy and family. Ford instantly stepped into a fatherly role for Flockhart's newly adopted son, Liam, signaling a commitment that went far beyond the red carpet. By the time they wed in 2010 in a simple Santa Fe ceremony, the age gap had vanished from the public narrative, replaced by admiration for their stability. As of early 2026, the couple continues to thrive by living life on their own terms. Throughout 2025, they were a frequent and elegant presence at major events, including the 97th Academy Awards, where Ford's late career resurgence was celebrated alongside Flockhart's timeless grace. Their bond was famously tested and strengthened by Ford's 2015 plane crash. Flockhart has been his co-pilot in recovery and life ever since, sharing his passion for aviation while keeping him tethered to the ground with her wit. In 2026, the Ford-Flockhart union is defined by a mutual, quiet strength. They split their time between their Los Angeles home and their expansive ranch in Wyoming, preferring the solitude of nature to the noise of the industry. Flockhart has often shared that she forgets he is 22 years older, noting that their relationship is fueled by a shared rhythm of parenting and mutual respect. Today, as their son Liam carves his own path in early adulthood, Harrison and Callista stand as a beacon of longevity. They prove that in the unpredictable world of show business, the most successful partnerships are those built on a foundation of fierce loyalty, shared laughter, and a love that only grows deeper with every passing decade. Sylvester Stallone and Jennifer Flavin. The Odyssey of Sylvester Stallone and Jennifer Flavin is a narrative of enduring devotion that has weathered more plot twists than a Rocky sequel. Their journey ignited in 1988 at a Beverly Hills restaurant when Flavin, a 19-year-old rising model, met the 42-year-old action titan at the peak of his global fame. Despite a 22-year age gap, their connection was immediate, though their path was far from linear. Their early years were marked by a high-profile breakup in 1994, delivered via a notorious 6-page letter from Stallone, only for the pair to reconcile a year later, realizing their bond was unbreakable. They officially wed in 1997, embarking on a domestic chapter that saw the birth of their 3 daughters, Sophia, Sistine, and Scarlett. For decades, they were considered one of Hollywood's most impenetrable fortresses, with Flavin often credited as the stabilizing force behind Stallone's intense, creative drive. However, the world was stunned in late 2022 when Flavin filed for divorce after 25 years of marriage. Yet, in a turn of events that felt scripted for the silver screen, the couple called off the legal proceedings just 1 month later. Stallone later described the near split as a wake-up call, a moment of profound realization that led to a renewed dedication to his family. Since then, they have leaned into their vulnerability, even launching their own reality series, The Family Stallone, which offers an intimate glimpse into their refurbished bond and the vibrant lives of their daughters. As of early 2026, the Stallone-Flavin union is stronger than ever, defined by a legacy of resilience. Throughout 2025, they were a unified presence on the global stage, from the star-studded premieres of Stallone's latest projects to quiet family retreats in Florida. Their relationship in 2026 serves as a powerful testament to the idea that love is not just about the easy years, but about the willingness to do the hard work of reconciliation. They have proven that a 22-year age difference is secondary to the shared history of raising a family and the mutual choice to keep fighting for one another. Today, Stallone often refers to Jennifer as his everything, proving that the greatest victories aren't won in a boxing ring, but in the quiet, persistent commitment of a marriage that refused to stay down. In the ever-evolving theater of Hollywood, these 15 couples prove that love often follows its own unpredictable script. While age gaps once sparked intense tabloid frenzy, these pairs have demonstrated that shared values, creative respect, and family loyalty are the true measures of a successful partnership. Whether they are enduring life-altering health battles or reinventing themselves through new cultural chapters, their journeys challenge our traditional perceptions of the perfect match. But now, the spotlight turns to you. Does a significant age difference provide a unique balance, or is a generational divide too steep to overcome long-term? Join the conversation on Celebrity Couples Hollywood by dropping your thoughts below. Which of these unions do you believe is built to last, and which ones truly surprised you? We can't wait to hear your take.